I mean to say it infects us in our most basic integrity. It says we can't be moral without Big Brother, without a totalitarian permission. You're a child made in the image of God. Oh no, you're not. You're a faggot. And you can't join your church and you can't go to heaven. This is disgraceful. It's inhuman.
Thought I would make a very short video. I found myself sitting here talking to myself, and I'm like, you know what? Rather than just talk to myself, I'm going to make a video because I just got an email from Dick Durbin, U.S. Senator, and he wants me to sign, add my name to whatever, and for some reason this thing is just taking forever. It's like it's timing out. So I can't see his little email. Okay, it's basically saying, Donald Trump's ban targeting Muslim refugees sends a message to the world that is fundamentally at odds with American values. For more than a century, our message to immigrants seeking a better life in this country were the words inscribed at the base of the Statue of Liberty. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. With one hasty stroke of a pen, President, I have to say, sorry, that's another video. Trump has undermined America's commitment to being a beacon of hope and place of refuge for people around the world. It's up to us to now send a different message. So basically it's a petition. Add your name to tell people across the country and around the world the Muslim ban does not reflect who we are. Okay, so this is what spawned me to start. Spawned? I think that's the wrong word somehow. Prompted me. It prompted me to start talking to myself like a crazy person. Although I have read that people who talk to themselves a lot are very smart. And I've actually read that women who swear are usually more intelligent too. So fucking A, you know? No, I'm sorry. It started me talking. It didn't spawn anything. It just prompted me. I think that was the word. To just start talking to myself. Because what I was trying to say to myself that now I can't say at all is I don't agree. It's just whatever. I don't agree with Islam. I think Islam is evil. I think Christianity is evil. I think these are evil forces in the world that will continue to be oppressing forces. That will continue to want to put women under men and take away gay rights and all these things that I don't agree with. Different double standards for women than men, and books that say that you should kill people if ... I don't agree with that. I think these cults are evil. I don't agree with either one of them. And I would love to see a world where they don't exist at all. Just no Christianity, no Islam, just gone. I think the world would be a better place without either one. But banning a whole religion, banning somebody because they believe something different than you do is evil. It's like you have to look at the big picture. Yes, down here in this little area, in this little tiny puddle, I would love to get rid of Islam and get rid of Christianity, just get rid of it. But now we're looking at the whole world. We're looking at this is a horrible analogy, but we're looking at a bigger thing now. We're looking at a lake. And we're not worrying so much about the little puddle. You know, we're worried about the big thing, which is the lake. And the big thing that says that we're going to discriminate against a whole group of people because they believe in something is wrong. Even if you discriminated against all the people in the world that believe in Islam, you're not going to change their beliefs. They're still going to believe in it. They're just going to believe in it elsewhere. They're going to continue to cause harm to women and gay people and apostates and atheists and anybody who doesn't believe the way they do elsewhere in the world. They're still going to hurt people and torture people and kill people elsewhere in the world, just not here. So it doesn't solve the problem of the evil that is Islam, or the evil that is Christianity, to ban them from being here in America. It doesn't solve the problem, and it's wrong. It's wrong. In fact, I think putting a ban on something like that is just going to make it worse, not better. It's going to definitely fuel ISIS. ISIS was starting to fritter out. We had killed major leaders in ISIS, and they were starting to fritter out, but now they have new reasons to get themselves all geared up again because of this thing that Trump has done to stir the shit. So that was not a good thing on his part at all. Now we're back to square one probably with ISIS. They're going to hurt a lot more people. But this was supposed to be a short video, but the point of this that I wanted to make before I end this is it is not, and that's what I keep telling myself too, because I'm signing petitions saying, yes, bring in the Muslims. When last year I was saying, no, 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 we don't want any more people in this country who think women are less than men. We don't need any more of that mentality in America. That's what I was saying last year. And I still feel that way. We don't need any more people in America that think women are less than men, or women should walk behind men, or women should cover up, or gay people are evil. We don't need any more of that mentality here in America. But the luxury of being able to say things like that is no longer here. We don't have that anymore. That was then, this is now. Now we're looking at a huge problem, not a little problem that might become huge. We're looking at a huge problem. Or rather, which is more wrong? I'm sorry, you don't think the way I do, so you just can't come here. That's wrong. You are not going to change somebody's beliefs by putting a ban or putting a wall. The only way to make improvements, to change anything, is communication. Putting a different perspective out there. Saying, you know what? Do you notice that in all patriarchal religions, the woman is always under the man? Isn't it interesting that all the male gods that males create all want women under men? Isn't there? Notice that there's. Why is that? Doesn't matter which god it is. If it's a patriarchal religion created by men, the men rule the women. Gee, doesn't that seem just a little bit too convenient for the men who created the religion? Stuff like that. Just arguing and trying to use logic and just getting the wheels turning in the heads of the people who believe in this stuff. Getting them to think in a different way. Even if you don't seem to win the argument, you know, and they just repeat the same old tired old bullshit at you, and you feel like, what is the point? I'm just talking to a dead tree here. Well, you're not. There's a living brain that you're talking to, and it might not be you that turns the tide for that person. It might be a whole bunch of yous telling people things that are, you know, it gets in the head, but it doesn't, they got their walls up, but maybe eventually those walls start to come down. Maybe eventually things start to eat away at that. That's what happened to me. I didn't become an atheist overnight. It happened after a lot of listening to things that I didn't want to hear. I didn't want to hear it because my way was right. Mine was the only right. Ah, now I can't talk. My way was the only way. And I was like, no. And then one day, it all came down. And that's what we need to do. We just need to continue to put logic out there and point out the things that don't make sense, and the fact that it's such a huge coincidence that the only right religion just happens to be your religion. Yeah, right. What are the odds? That's the kind of stuff we can do. And it might seem like it's futile and it doesn't work, but it really does work. The fact that the Christianity is dwindling in America is evidence that it does work. Then the more the atheists speak out, the more Christianity seems to be dwindling, right? So it does work. And even though the religious right is rearing its ugly head and it's now manipulating our government because it has infiltrated the GOP, you know, it's not going to change the fact that people know better now. A lot of people know better now. You can't unlearn what you've learned. It's like once you find out there's no Santa Claus, you can't go back to believing in Santa Claus. And that's like me. People are like, oh, you can become a Christian again. Just turn on the belief switch in the back of your head and you'll just magically be a Christian again and you'll be saved. No, it's like once you realize, once you learn that the original Christians didn't believe in Jesus, they didn't even know he existed. Once you see that he was reinvented into a physical being and that Gospels were written to make him have a history so he seemed more like a real person, once you learn that stuff, you can't unlearn it. So anyway, I don't want to digress too much. The point is, keep the logic coming, keep the arguments coming, keep putting it out there, all the things that make no sense whatsoever, and just don't give up, because I think it does actually work, even if you're not the magical ingredient that causes somebody to wake the fuck up. Down the road, you might have contributed. But no, banning people for believing in something that you don't agree with is wrong. I wouldn't like it if President Trump said it was illegal to be an atheist and banned all the atheists that wanted to come to America. I wouldn't like that very much. So why is it okay to ban Muslims? I think I deal with a lot of Muslims that get on my bus, you know, every single day, and for the most part they're polite, very friendly people. I get a lot of women that don't make eye contact with me, which concerns me. But most of the time, they're nice people. And they're just people. They want to live their lives. And I see no difference between Muslims than Christians, which really used to piss me off when, oh, President Obama's secretly a Muslim. It's like, speaking as an atheist, what difference does it make? I never understood what the problem was there. Why? Who cares if he's a Muslim or if he's a Christian? He isn't a Muslim. Doesn't matter to me anyway, but he isn't a Muslim. And I never understood why that was a big deal. Why do Christians think that being a Muslim is evil? I'm sorry, but speaking as an atheist, Christianity is just as bad. There's terrorism in the world today because of Christianity. Gay people are killed today because of Christianity. So why are we not banning Christianity from this country? Seems like a huge double standard. Anyway, so this is all prompted because I got an email telling me I should sign something that says, yes, bring the Muslims in, which is just completely, I mean, a year ago if someone said to me, you were going to sign a petition saying, yes, bring them in, I would have laughed. Are you kidding? In fact, a year ago I was saying, you know, the one thing that I didn't like about Hillary was she wasn't taking the threat of Muslims, Islam, seriously. That's what I was saying a year ago. And I still say that. I still say that that Islam is a serious threat to this country. It is. But you don't ban people from this country because of what they believe. You do things like create laws that say nothing will override the U.S. Constitution. You can't have Sharia law here. That's it. Sorry. You can live here, but you don't get to have Sharia law here. That's what you do. You don't ban people from coming here. You don't split up families. There are other things you can do to keep Islam under control. Not letting it have the power that it wants to, which is Sharia law. Don't letting that happen and you're fine. Unfortunately, you have oppression, but that's where atheists arguing with Muslims, and maybe down the road, the younger Muslims, I think the same thing that will happen to Islam is what has happened to Christianity. The younger Muslims will start waking up. Start to see how ridiculous it is that I don't even know if that word came out. They'll start to see how ridiculous it is that they have to jump through all these hoops to please your God. I'm sorry, it's stupid. Creator of the universe isn't going to make a bunch of stupid little rules. He doesn't really give a fuck. He's up there pretending that he exists, which I don't think he does. But if he did, let's see, he created the entire universe. And in that entire universe, we're talking about zillions and zillions and zillions and zillions of planets. And who knows how many have life on them, but he's not going to care just about us. Sorry, I had to cut it off because I was feeling a coughing fit coming on. So that's it. Creator of the entire universe isn't going to be caring about what so-and-so wears or what kind of jewelry so-and-so has, or whether or not so-and-so is averting their eyes from looking into a man's eyes, or whether so-and-so washed their hands after they, whatever. He's not caring very much. He's up there running an entire universe. And it's just so stupid that humans think that, so arrogantly think that they're that important. It's like, really? Okay, now I have to end this video because I said it would be short, and so far it's not. So I'm going to end it now. If you've been watching, thanks. Bye.
am absolutely convinced that the main source of hatred in the world is religion. And I think it should be religion treated with ridicule and hatred and contempt.
Share the same weather, winter or summer, May or September, the 4th of whenever, it's better together. Let's get